Okay, so I do see quite a few people still trickling in, but we're going to get started. You will receive this recording. Welcome, everyone. It's really good to see so many familiar names, but also lots of new ones. We have a good one for you. This session is jam-packed with practical marketing tips. Okay, we're calling it Fix Your Law Firm's Marketing, 9 techniques to boost your lead flow and client signups. In case we haven't yet met, I'm Cara Pryor. I'm the president of James Publishing and the founder of our Marketing Amplifier program. You know, I talk to dozens of small law firm owners every month about their marketing. Most of them, truthfully, make the same mistakes sort of over and over again. Too often, they're spending too much money and really receiving too little from their marketing agencies, often failing to distinguish themselves from the competition really in any way, lack proven conversion pieces on their website, often ignore or pay, sort of sporadic attention to their social media effort, have poor to non-existent lead follow-up, and always, well, I should say often, waste money on ineffective advertising. If that's PPC, if that's radio, TV, that comes up a lot as well. So I've gathered a list of solutions to these very common marketing errors that we see that you can implement yourself or ask others to make for you. So I'll walk you through my recommendations in about a half an hour or so. And then afterwards, certainly answer any questions that you have. So feel free to submit those questions in the chat throughout the session at any time. I'll answer them live as we go if it's relevant, or I'll get to as many of them as possible at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so to be frank, the marketing results at most law firms can be improved, right? I'm sure you're not surprised by that. I mean, we get it. Small law firm owners, you want better marketing results, but can't devote a lot of time to improving your marketing, right? We know your focus is likely on service delivery, on those pressing client matters, those fires that come up almost every day, rather than promoting yourself or your firms. Certainly, we understand that. And because of this, frankly, attorneys tend to be slower to adopt these new marketing techniques or even proven marketing techniques that are most commonly used in many other industries. And as a result, few small law firms have strong marketing programs. So because of this limited time availability, this session today focuses on techniques you can put into place once and get benefit really for years. So build once, benefit for years. We use many of these techniques ourselves here at James and certainly provide all of them to dozens of small law firms. So we really know what works, and we really know that these are effective techniques and tactics. So I'll move through the list pretty quickly, but I'm certainly available afterwards to speak with you one-on-one about any of these. So sorry about that. I had a little technical. Okay, there we go. So more leads and appointments. So number one, is your agency charging more than $1,000 a month? I'm often shocked when I hear how much small law firms are paying their marketing agencies and how little they receive. And even more disturbing can be, many of the attorneys I speak with don't even really know exactly what their agencies are doing for them each month. What are they paying for? What are you paying for? And I regularly speak with law firms that are paying $2,000, $3,000 a month for basic website maintenance and maybe some search engine optimization, maybe some SEO work, and that's it. So, and more often than not, these owners are telling me that they're dissatisfied. So if I hear that an attorney is dissatisfied with their agency, which again occurs quite often, I send them a list of 2 or 3 agencies to contact, kind of depending on their goals, depending on their budget, and certainly depending on their specific situation. But, a few agencies to contact, and that includes one that charges about $700 a month for the same work. So rather than $2-3 grand, we're talking about around $700 a month for the same work. The agency that I'm referring to also delivers noticeable improvements in your ranking, has a pretty big list of satisfied law firm clients. And just to be clear, we don't provide agency services at James or digital marketing services of any kind. And we really don't get any benefit from you switching agencies, right? So there's no real motivation in this area other than simply helping you and providing the advice. We receive nothing for these referrals. So, they really we're really an unbiased source. So I just want to be clear on that. Okay, so number 2, are your leads being sent to your website? This is probably one of the most common mistakes I see. So if your agency is running a PPC, a pay-per-click campaign for you, and is simply sending those leads to your homepage or to your website, really, that is such a rookie basic mistake, and it's costing you meaningful dollars. It really is. So landing pages, you've probably heard this before, but landing pages convert more leads than websites. Landing pages, dedicated landing pages convert more leads than websites. I mean, hands down, this is a proven fact. So videos on those landing pages provide an additional lift. If you signed up for this webinar, you probably experienced this type of funnel, video supported funnel that I'm referring to. So landing pages, they're single pages with no links, no distractions, offer only one potential action item. The singular call to action is critical on these dedicated landing pages. Whereas, websites have several pages, provide lots of links, lots of distractions, live chat, a full navigation. So visitors obviously have a variety of choices. You can understand how that would make that path far less effective. And as I mentioned about video, adding sort of an explanatory video to those landing pages can double your response by adding a simple video to those pages. And tailoring your landing pages to specific niche ads can also kind of further boost your response. So, as you're sending traffic from a specific ad, for instance, you want there to be some continuity, right? You want the visitor to understand, okay, I just read this ad and there's a clear link to that same message or similar message on this landing page where I can also, see the attorney talking about this topic. So if your campaigns generate much volume at all, it's true that using video supported landing pages will immediately result in a pretty significant increase in the number of leads who speak, with your screener or set an appointment, however you have it set up. Or maybe you advertise in other ways besides PPC, maybe TV, radio, billboards, whatever, and you send those leads to your website. Again, you're getting far fewer conversions from those efforts, those expensive efforts, than you could with this simple change. So your leads should, of course, instead be sent to a video supported appointment page. Okay, let's move right along. Number 3, what content? And again, feel free to continue to ask questions in the chat. I see several questions have been submitted privately. You can always change that Zoom chat drop down option to everyone so we can all see your responses however you'd like to submit those. Okay, so number 3, what content is automatically sent to your leads? So, we know that you've heard this before, but it's so critical I have to mention it here. So in addition to phone and text follow-up, your leads should be immediately emailed a series of educational, valuable content, right? So ideally that first email in a lengthy series will include links to a comprehensive, impressive collection of helpful content. So we call this a shock and awe package. You want to really wow your prospect and of course distinguish yourself from other attorneys the prospects may be meeting with, right? If your prospect is meeting with several other attorneys, you're the only one who has provided that valuable follow-up information that continues to educate them, continues to answer their questions, convey your caring, showcase your expertise. It's only obvious that you will stand out when they're hearing crickets. They're not getting anything from those other attorneys who they may have met with. And your website should offer a lead magnet. I'll get into that more in a moment, but a lead magnet, every downloader should receive an educational series of emails for those visitors to your site who come, they're not quite ready to pick up the phone, maybe not quite ready to book that consult. They need to be offered an educational booklet, checklist, quiz, something like that. And I'll get more into the specifics of the lead magnet suggestion in just a moment. Okay, so 4. Are you regularly posting social videos? So are you regularly posting videos on your social media profiles? It's true, posting a steady, consistent flow of educational videos on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, certainly adding to your YouTube channel. All of these videos can deliver a sizable flow of clients. If you have been following my presentations at all the last few months, you know how much I talk about the critical importance of video, and specifically social-minded videos. And social media is really, videos are tailor-made for social media, right? Especially platforms like Instagram and TikTok, well, even Facebook, they're all heavily prioritizing videos. So you're much more likely to have your content seen on these platforms if that content comes in the form of videos. And, again, this suggestion of social videos, it requires a bigger time commitment or, some outsourcing commitment, but organic social has become a successful channel for many lawyers. And I've been speaking to many of these successful attorneys who have found that they can generate higher quality leads, higher quality prospects on social media. They can certainly, have this be a significant, lead generation tool for them. And, those who attended our recent one-to-one with Ali Awad, with a personal injury attorney in Atlanta, Ali Awad, he's wildly successful on Instagram. He learned that in just 5 years, he built a $15 million injury firm solely from Instagram posts. He always says he started out of the trunk of his car and now he has a $15 million and growing firm. So 2 big benefits of organic social. And when I say organic social, I'm talking about free. I'm not talking about paid advertising. That's a whole different conversation. I'm not talking about Facebook ads or Instagram ads. Okay. So the big benefits, obviously, of organic social are building your brand, certainly kind of lessens your dependence on advertising, and the channel is free. It's free. It requires a lot of attention. It requires, certainly some ingenuity and some creativity in creating these videos, but there is tons of opportunity. And certainly starting now, while these channels are still very much underused by lawyers, it will really give you a head start. So, and of course, as with other kind of organic channels, the key to social media is to educate prospects, provide value on a consistent, ongoing basis, and potentially provide some occasional entertainment value, right? Because as we all know, it's competitive out there, right? We're all scrolling through at a pretty fast clip. What can you do? What can you say in those first few seconds to stop that scroll, to really grab that attention and, provide that value that your prospects will find helpful, will really find entertaining, and then, really you're kind of building that trust, and you become the no-brainer decision when they do need their services or when friends or family, would need your services. So find your voice on social media. What makes you unique? Lean into your unique story. That's how you're going to distinguish yourself from the attorney down the street. And, really it takes some time, but we've talked to so many attorneys who have been, very much successful in this area. Okay, so kind of moving on to the next section. Okay, just checking the chat, making sure. Okay, so next section, distinctive website. Do you have a distinctive website, or does your website look like every other law firm website that we look at? So specifically, does your website feature past client video testimonials? So building a library of client testimonial videos, and may sound like a big job, it may sound like a large challenge, but the payoff is large. Really, these video testimonials are like marketing gold. And unlike written testimonials, which most of the law firm websites that I look at, most of them have a decent collection of written testimonials, and those are nice, but more often than not, those written testimonials can be viewed skeptically, right? How were they collected? What's the what's the true, sort of story behind that? And that's why video testimonials are highly persuasive, highly compelling, and really kind of like marketing gold, and also amazing fodder for social media. But you can certainly delegate the work of, collecting these video testimonials, because it is quite a bit of work. Not that your past clients aren't satisfied and happy with the service that they received, but delivering a video testimonial for you may not be the number one thing on their to-do list, right? So just simply kind of tracking them down and nailing them down can take some time, but you can certainly delegate that work. Have a team member dial those happy past clients, ask for the testimonial. When they agree, immediately move over to a live recorded Zoom session, ask them 4 or 5 pointed questions to pull out a really nice, compelling, quality, positive video testimonial. And our experience, which we have a lot of experience in this area, we're shooting a ton of these past client video testimonials for our Amplifier subscribers. So in our experience is that you have to call at least 10 past clients to obtain 1 usable testimonial. So you can see that would be a bit of a time commitment. And your prospective clients, they're looking for an attorney who has experience with their unique issue, with their unique situation, right? And certainly, as we've included on this slide here, the best way to convey this experience is with a video from past clients who describe kind of that initial stress they were facing, facing the issue alone, right? The work you and your team did to kind of resolve that issue, and how wonderful it felt to have the problem kind of resolved, have the problem in the past, the feeling of the burden really being lifted. Okay, number 6. So feel free to keep asking questions. I do see several in my private queue, so we'll get to those at the end. They're good questions. Okay, so number 6, do you have past case videos on your homepage? Do you have past case videos on your homepage? What does this mean? Well, after those client testimonial videos that we just talked about, the next best way to really convey your experience, distinguish yourself with particular scenarios, is for you to provide video descriptions of those matters. So the goal here is to have a growing collection of past case videos where you're describing how cases that with, varying fact patterns have unfolded. The idea here is, you want to record 1 new past case video every time you wrap a case that 1, you want to get more of in the future, and 2, that you haven't yet recorded a video for with, the specific sort of fact patterns associated with that case. And it's easier to detail your experience with specific scenarios when you record the video, chasing down the past clients, as we talked about, talking them into providing a description of their experience. It can certainly be time consuming, and the clients in some specialties, certainly criminal defense, maybe even in family law, will prefer to remain anonymous. So that can make the getting those direct client testimonials a little bit more difficult. So, a way to kind of supplement that is really for you to describe past cases on video. And, it's only natural. Legal issues sort of lend themselves to storytelling, right? They have a start, a middle, and end, challenges along the way, and video is the best way to tell these stories, most efficient, most effective, most affordable way to get this information out there. And the best time to record these videos is right when you wrap the case, right when the case is wrapped, right? All the details are fresh in your mind. You just make it part of your process. But alternatively, you could also have maybe a standing shoot every month. We shoot these past case videos for our attorney subscribers monthly, ideally at the same time each month. So the 3rd Friday of every month at 10 o'clock, you just chunk out 30 minutes of your time. You have that time dedicated no matter what to shooting some of these videos, and figure that a 30-minute shoot will typically, average 2 to 3 sort of maybe longer website videos, maybe 6 to 8 short social videos. by long, I mean 2 to 3 minutes, and short, 15 to 30 second, punchier social media videos. But you can really collect a lot of footage if you're prepared in 30 minutes. And then of course, you need someone to help you with all of the editing and the posting and publishing as well. But the more past case videos you have sort of with these varying fact patterns, the more likely that you'll match the prospect situation, right? So we want your prospects to come to your website, to see you on social media, watch you discuss a situation that may be very similar to the legal situation that they're experiencing. You can imagine how that would be compelling when they're deciding who to hire, right? Okay, number 7, do you offer a lead magnet using a website pop-up? Frankly, it's very rare that I see this set up properly on the attorney websites that I review. So promoting a lead magnet instead of yourself, it's a proven way to stand apart from your competition. As I mentioned earlier, you likely have a group, could be a rather large group of your website visitors who are coming to your site. They're not quite ready to give you a call, right? Not quite ready to book that consult. Rather than those folks maybe reading a blog article or two and just leaving without a trace, we would never know they were there. Let's offer them a highly valuable branded educational lead magnet, a book, a booklet, excuse me, a checklist, a quiz, anything that will really help answer some of their common questions. So, how can we deliver that? And in exchange for their contact information, of course, that's the key, right? So then we're able to keep in touch with them. And, your single most important marketing asset is an email list. And the best way to build an email list is by offering a lead magnet to really a variety of audiences. And to your website audience, a pop-up is the most effective way to present your lead magnet. We specifically set up the pop-up as what we call an exit intent pop-up, meaning as the visitor goes to leave your website, literally as they're moving their mouse cursor over to the X, at the last minute, attractive pop-up appears offering that branded educational booklet, FAQ booklet, for instance, in exchange for their contact information, right? So for our law firm clients, we use that FAQ booklet, and on their website, there's broad appeal to something like that, but it doesn't need to be super comprehensive. It can be a one-page checklist, for instance. You just need to kind of get something up there. And you can also offer these lead magnets on social media, of course, if it's a booklet, or certainly if you're using a video, through your newsletter, you can offer them on your pay-per-click ads. So there's actually a lot of ways. Yes, so Dennis asked, won't some antivirus programs block the pop-ups? So that's more of an issue on mobile. So we don't recommend adding any pop-ups really to the mobile version of your website. We've had, I can't actually think of any time that we've had any issues with our pop-ups being flagged or being blocked. So it's one of the most effective things that we do. And, it can pretty immediately increase the number of visitors who, you're able to kind of collect that contact information from. Good question. Okay, so number 8, do you stay in touch with past clients for referral purposes? Okay, so, of course, that regularly reminding your past clients of your existence is the key to obtaining more referrals from them. But are you doing that? So many of the attorneys I talk to are, sometimes their number one source of new business is referrals from their past clients, but they're not doing anything to increase that flow or to create a more consistent, predictable flow of past client referrals. And the simplest way to do this is with a newsletter, a general interest newsletter. It's a time-tested way to accomplish this goal, but anything interesting with your name on it will honestly do. Newsletter is what we recommend. The key is sending it on a consistent, regular frequency, on a regular basis, so that your past clients or any contacts you want to stay in touch with for referral purposes begin to sort of, expect and maybe even anticipate this newsletter coming from you. We recommend monthly. That's what we include in our program. So we provide a client newsletter as part of the Marketing Amplifier program. And, it's interesting because more often than not, when we ask lawyers for a list of their past client emails so that we can send their newsletter on their behalf, a surprising number don't have a list or certainly let alone a current engaged list or a list that they're refreshing and adding new names to on a regular basis. So this is really a major marketing gap. And I see it so commonly with law firms. And I mean, most online marketers consider their most important marketing asset their email list, right? And we certainly do here at James. It's how you got here today. And we put a lot of time and care into maintaining the freshness of our list. This isn't something that just happens, you can't just let your list get stale and then suddenly, blast out to it and not expect a whole bunch of bounces, a whole bunch of unsubscribes and things like that. So, we really don't understand when lawyers haven't sent anything to their lists in months. So we can certainly help with that. But, it's true that unmaintained email lists quickly lose their deliverability. Most third-party senders won't even allow you to use an old stale list, right? They don't want that to negatively impact their other senders. So once your list kind of falls below certain open rates, certain thresholds, it's no longer has value. So you really need to work to maintain it. Don't let that happen to your list. Start and continue a regular emailing program, even again, if it's just a monthly newsletter or bi-monthly or quarterly, whatever it is. Just keep that consistency. It will pay off certainly for itself in those additional referrals, hands down. Kind of sticking with referrals for a second, do you periodically seek new referral partnerships? How are you growing your referral network on an ongoing basis? And professional referrals are gold. I don't need to tell you that, right? Prospects have been vetted. They're not shopping around. But if you haven't recently looked for new referral relationships or tried to vet new referral relationships, you're likely missing, a pretty big opportunity to increase those professional referrals. Again, like with the referrals of past clients, you really want this to become more of a predictable, consistent, source of new clients. And the process we use, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's proven. We've tested it by setting more than 800 referral partner appointments for our attorneys. So hopefully you have someone on your team who isn't sort of afraid of the phone, who's comfortable, confident, friendly on the phone. In addition to, following up leads, this person can also set appointments for you with prospective referral sources in your area. So how does it work? It really can be simple. You just have to have a process, just like everything else. You have to kind of bring a coordinated approach to this effort as well. Begin by giving this person in your office a list of non-competing local attorneys who serve the same clientele as you in your area, right? Your dialer should call those lawyers, telling the call screener, whoever answers the phone, or the attorney's voicemail directly that you're interested in discussing with their lawyer, with a partner, a professional referral relationship, and would like to calendar a Zoom appointment. So really the goal is just to get that appointment on the calendar. Offer your dialer a cash bonus for each appointment set. That can really increase the effectiveness here. But if you seek one good conversation every other month, you'll steadily expand your referral network without a big time commitment on your side, right? Just take, one quality appointment a month, or every other month is really all that you need, and you'll really steadily expand your referral network. Okay, so to recap, right? The 9 techniques we talked about today under kind of the more leads category: better agency, video supported appointment page, automated follow-up, social videos, how to create a distinctive website, client testimonial videos, those past case videos with varying fact patterns. Those are so compelling. Also, set up a lead magnet pop-up on your website. And then more referrals, past client touches, send out a newsletter regularly, professional partners, have someone in your office regularly set appointments for you with potential referral sources in your area. If those are attorneys and non-competing specialties, or perhaps allied professionals, chiropractors, family therapists, CPAs, anyone who would commonly come across the type of client that you're looking for. Okay, so, I hope that you have found helpful this sort of sampling of ways to improve your marketing results, because really all of these things I hear so often, and typically there is a pretty simple fix to many of these issues. And I can answer questions you have, certainly both at the end of this webinar, but also in subsequent phone calls or Zoom sessions. Feel free to set an appointment with me. I'm happy to talk about how we might be able to help, right? And so I want to talk briefly now, if you're interested in outsourcing this, we can do 95% of your marketing improvement work for you, really. So, I can, of course, make additional sort of more tailored improvements in your marketing if we work together one-on-one, of course, right? But I provide marketing help with our program that we call our Marketing Amplifier. You'll see, really on the screen, the sort of 11 plus elements that are included. Everything that you see is included in this program, and you receive marketing guidance, content, and most important, execution. I don't just tell you what else you need, we actually provide it, right? So want to add client testimonials to your website like we talked about today? We shoot those videos and post them for you. If you don't have a book to offer, that lead magnet we talked about, we give you one. Don't have a lead follow-up program. In other words, are you staying in touch with those prospects? We build one. We integrate it with your software with, minimal disruption as possible. We work with your workflow. Suddenly you have this robust, comprehensive, educational drip campaign, email nurturing sequence, out of the box, ready to go, that you can, that's really in many cases the lowest hanging fruit. How can we stay in touch with those prospects in an automated way that really, increases the appointments. So what about social media? Is your social media posting irregular? We fix that for you. What if you want to expand your referral network? Like we talked about, we set appointments for you with potential referral sources. If you're unsure how to generate more and better leads, we consult on that. I tell you how to do that, the specific steps you need to take to make that change. And I'm not just telling you, again, we're really holding your hand throughout the process. We're recommending those vendors, those superior vendors who are trusted and we know for a fact get results, right? And if you want ongoing guidance, I meet with you personally on Zoom every month. So this is certainly an ongoing effort. It's not just a, hey, sign up and, best of luck. It's very much how's the program going? Well, how can you maximize your investment in your marketing amplifier, but also how's business? Is the phone ringing? How are some of the other elements performing that, even outside of our program, we really dive deep into those issues and then provide specific, pointed recommendations. And everything you see on the screen is included in our program. So audit of your current efforts, custom improvement suggestions, really unbiased vendor recommendations, monthly video shoots and editing. We're providing you monthly custom videos. All you have to do is show up for a 30-minute shoot. That's it. You get a growing collection of videos that answer common questions from prospects and clients that really tell your story, distinguish yourself from the competition. Of course, describe those past cases that we talked about. Certainly, we'll shoot past client video testimonials for you as well. You get twice weekly social posts to really boost your social media presence without any additional time requirement on your end or your team's end. Website Conversion Center, we get that going right away. Those automated lead follow-up emails I talked about, we install those. New client welcome series. What's happening? Is there a communication gap now between retention and when that visible work is done? Let's fill that communication gap with an educational welcome series. Continue to tell your clients, your new clients, what to expect, what will be expected of them, what the process looks like. So, they're not when they don't hear anything, they assume not much is going on. You and your team, you're hard at work on their case. They may not know that, right? So that welcome series is highly effective. It's very popular. You get appointments with referral sources, and of course, those monthly marketing one-to-one conversations with me where I'm providing tailored, specific, strategic guidance, specific recommendations to help you improve. So to get specific, everything you see on the screen is included in the program, then some. We've tried a la carte options. We've tried tier pricing in the past. It just doesn't work as well. Everything works best when it's all working together. So the Marketing Amplifier costs $14.95 a month. No setup fee. We ask for a 3-month commitment, but after the 3 months, it's month-to-month, contract, no cancellation fee. You keep all the videos that we've shot, the social posts that we've made, you own those. So to learn more, I really invite you to set an appointment with me. Before we get to some questions, I'll just drop my scheduler link in the chat now. Awesome. It looks like Stacy did that for me. Thanks, Stacy. So please just set an appointment with me. We can talk about your marketing. We can talk about the program specifically. I really love talking about this stuff. We've been helping attorneys with their marketing for many years now. We really enjoy talking about what's working, what maybe doesn't work so well. So feel free to set an appointment with me. I see a few coming through already. It's great to see. So, okay, questions. I have quite a few or several, I guess, that came through privately. If you want to submit any, just change that drop down to everyone. Someone just asked, what practice areas does your amplifier cover? So the program is built out in 7 core specialties now. Since the program obviously is so content rich, so content heavy, it does take our team of in-house attorney editors some time to kind of build out the program in new areas, but we cover personal injury, estate planning, bankruptcy, family law, criminal defense, business litigation, as well as Social Security disability. So it's pretty expansive on what we cover. Okay, so someone asked, what's the most important thing from the list? I'm a solo and don't have much time. Man, I hear this all the time. Really, the vast majority of our subscribers are solo and small law firms. That's really why we've created this program, right? Is to take that burden off your plate and provide some strategic guidance when you might not have, anyone to kind of really bounce these ideas off of. So most important thing, really, when we're talking about lowest hanging fruit, quite often it's that lead follow-up. So, if you can spend some time, really creating a few emails that will automatically be sent to your leads, those folks who inquire and don't sign up right away, you will see an uptick in the number of prospects who set appointments with you, and then hopefully thus also sign up with you for your services. So I would say that's probably the most bang for your buck. It will take some writing time up front to craft some of these helpful emails that answer common prospect and client questions. But once you have it set up, it really can run with minor tweaks, if that, for year over year. So I would say get that email sequence in place, or just hire us to do that for you. And that's a very speedy way of doing it. And then secondarily, more long-term approach, start shooting videos. You have to start shooting videos. Videos are no longer a nice to have part of your marketing. They're as critical as your website, if not becoming even more relevant than your website, because that's what will allow you to brand yourself on social media. It will really allow you to distinguish yourself. So just start shooting some videos. You may fumble over, the first few, just keep doing it. What should you talk about? Again, past cases, shoot videos that answer common questions, shoot videos where you talk about big case wins, anything happening in the firm, maybe the community that you're a part of, any kind of charitable organizations, anything that you find interesting, just pull out your phone and start shooting it, and you'll really see a difference there. Okay, so questions. So social media, Instagram or Facebook? That's the question. Okay, so Facebook is definitely still relevant. I know I feel like we kind of talk about that less often, but ideally you're simply creating content that you're automatically sharing on Instagram and Facebook. In other words, there's no reason you need to create Facebook specific exclusive content, Instagram exclusive content, right? Facebook owns Instagram. It's very easy to just connect those two accounts. So I would actually suggest using both of those. TikTok is a bit of a different beast. There's lots of opportunity on TikTok to gain exposure and brand yourself, but I still hear from the successful attorney marketers who've really leveraged social media, I'm still hearing that the lead flow is really still coming from Instagram specifically, and then secondarily Facebook. So that's where I would focus my time if I were you. And again, those posts should be sort of heavily video focused, a nice combination of informative, valuable content and maybe some more entertaining bits, even if that just means, sharing an occasional photo or video of your family or, something that you're doing in your free time. It really just brings that additional human element and, gives your followers a reason to see, what you've been up to. Okay, so if there are no other questions, feel free to set that appointment with me. I very much look forward to speaking with you directly, providing some more tailored marketing advice. And I really hope that you join us next week for our next attorney interview, attorney marketer interview. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good one. Bye.